G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. As I record this, I currently have 99,992 subscribers on YouTube. So sometime probably before I finish recording this, I'm gonna click over on the magic 100,000 subscribers. And it got me thinking, what have I learnt about the process of making YouTube videos? Why do I think it's ended up being far more than I ever thought was going to happen at the start when I first posted some videos with various tips about drawing, when I never dreamt I could even think of content for, I don't know, must be close to 400 videos by now. But why do I think I've gone from, to be honest, not even really using YouTube very much to having 100,000 subscribers in just under 2 years of making how to draw videos? Well, I've thought about it, put some thoughts on paper, made some bullet points, and let me share them with you. And if you're a YouTube creator or you're aiming to be one, then I hope some of these points can be as helpful as I hope my how to draw videos are to people wanting to learn to draw. And the first point is the most obvious one, and I think it's the most important, but I still think we need to be reminded of it as creators, and that's I need to produce videos that people want to watch, where there's some value for them besides my success as a creator with getting lots of views and making lots of money from ads and brands and whatever other dreams I have of YouTube success. My videos have to give something of value to people. And it's not just that my niche has to give something of value, but my actual videos need to actually deliver something each video. And they have to do it consistently, that people think it's worth the risk, in a way, of hitting play on one of my videos rather than one of the other videos which has been recommended to me at the same time on the same sort of topic. It's not about making videos that showcase me. It's about making videos that the people who watch them will walk away from feeling that they've benefited in some tangible way. And that may be entertainment, or it may, as more in my case with teaching videos on drawing, be learning skills and gaining confidence in their drawing. I think the most helpful thing I've read on the algorithm is we need to, as creators, stop thinking, what does the algorithm want? And start thinking, what do the people who I think are my target audience for my videos want to watch? Because the algorithm has been designed to find people what they're looking for. So I need to stop thinking of computer code and start thinking of what can I offer to benefit the people who are watching my videos. I worked in retail for many years, and what I learned very quickly in that industry is that the best customers are repeat customers. That if a business is run well, some people end up coming way more frequently and buying way more things than a lot of other customers. And that a lot of the sales come from these repeat customers. And I think it's exactly the same with our videos. Our best subscribers are those who want to watch as many of our videos as they can, because our videos seem to answer the questions that they're asking. Our videos seem to present the content that they're wanting. When I was in retail, I stayed focused on who my customers were. And with YouTube, I stay focused on who my subscribers are. And so I think of this as responding to loyalty that people show me by watching my videos, and particularly by commenting, by investing as much time in answering comments and questions as I possibly can. There is a point where that starts to become very difficult as the number of subscribers grow, or as the number of people who comment on our videos go. But I can still do as best I can to make a connection, to show an appreciation that people have watched my videos, have engaged with the process, and possibly even have very helpful feedback for me that can help shape where I want to go with future videos. This next tip is, as creators, I think we need to be ourselves. I think the worst thing that we can do is to watch a successful video, particularly one where there's a fairly flamboyant personality being showcased, and to somehow try and copy their persona. That's just going to come across, I think, as awkward and embarrassing for everyone. Far better is for me as the creator to be as relaxed and as comfortable either on camera or talking to camera doing voiceovers, whatever, as possible. Because if I'm relaxed creating the video, then people will be relaxed watching it and listening to it. And relaxed people can understand and take in and benefit more easily from the content. And that's going to be a good thing for all of us. Look, some people may disagree with this next point, but it's to do with production values. The sound quality, the camera quality, the lighting, the editing, special effects, music, and the way all these things are layered together. For some creators, depending on their genre and the type of videos they're trying to create, these things can be really important to put time into, because these are key elements of what people are going to be watching their videos to see. But for other creators, the main benefit from viewing their videos might not be so directly related to these things. And in that case, I think there can be a trade-off. How much time do I spend on perfecting the sound quality or the lighting, or redoing a voiceover that's a little bit awkward in parts? Do I need to learn the technical skills and download the apps that I can have words and whatnot coming across my screen? Or can I keep it at a more simple level? I think this is a question that every creator has to ask themselves, because all of these things require time and effort and time and money. And did I say time? And so we need to trade off the balance of these things with how many videos we're trying to make in what time frame, and how important these things are to the overall receptiveness of people to our videos. My first point is that we need to make videos that people want to watch. And if we're making a teaching video, then the videos they're going to want to watch are the ones that are answering the questions that they have. So working at understanding where the shortfalls in their knowledge might be is a fairly important thing to do. And this can take some research. And depending on our niche, there may be different ways of researching what questions people are asking. Sometimes we know they're going to be the same questions that we asked as we developed our skills in this area, whatever it might be. But the other thing to consider is that sometimes we can know questions that they haven't even realized yet that they need to know. And we can put this content into our videos as well. So I'm now at 99,994 subscribers. And again, this next point may be more relevant in some areas than others, but in my experience, trading off perfection for quantity, I'm sure, has been of overall benefit. If I can produce the content, in my case, the teaching on how to draw and the demonstrations on drawing, in a relevant way at an appropriate standard, then overall, I think my channel has benefited far more than if I produced half the number of videos, but at twice the perfection level, if you like. I'm not saying we shouldn't try and make our videos to as high a standard as is reasonable, but that's going to always be less to as high a standard as is possible. And it's striking this balance, this trade-off between my content and what my subscribers want to see versus the cost, particularly in time, of producing it. And I think this may be the last point I do outside, but it's to create a look, a feel with our videos that has some measure of consistency. And one way to do this, I think, is to have a range of, if you like, templates that we use. A way of structuring our video that's not the same for every video, but the same sort of structure, the same sort of template is used for different topics at different times on some sort of rotating basis. This also means that our videos have a certain built-in variety from video to video. So not every video I make is my speaking to camera, and not every video I make is a camera facing down on the drawing while I do a voiceover to a sped up version. As well as creating a certain consistency in look, in, if you like, branding, they're also very efficient. So they also help us package the content that we have effectively and efficiently, which presumably means less work for us and more benefit for the people who are watching our videos. My next advice to a creator trying to grow their channel is to use the community page of YouTube. I think this is an often neglected opportunity to have a further level of engagement with some of our subscribers. And it's also a place where we can offer further value that they don't get from watching a video, but through another format. We can answer questions, we can hear their replies, we can post images, we can post additional information presented in different ways, in a way that goes beyond what can happen in a video. In my experience, many subscribers don't even know how to find the channel community page, but it's a resource we shouldn't overlook. And in a similar vein, if we're creators, we should try and at least sometimes, I think, do some live video sessions. Now, look, I guess these aren't going to appeal to every creator because there's certainly something intimidating being in front of and speaking to camera for most people. But it is something that we can get more and more used to with a little bit of experience and practice. But again, it's a way of relating and therefore a way of delivering information or benefit in some way that goes beyond a video where our voice comes over the top of some other vision. And via the chat thread down the side, of course, it's a way for our subscribers to interact with us while we're speaking and also to interact with each other. It's a very different dynamic to what our subscribers receive watching our videos as individuals. Again, as part of helping to find and define a particular community of subscribers, I think having videos of a roughly similar length can be a helpful thing. Personally, I aim for 12 to 18 minutes, and that lets a certain consistency of what I try and get across in that time and the manner in which I try and convey it, which creates a certain expectation of, if you like, worth in the commitment of hitting that play button. And I think consistency in what we do, including length, is a very helpful part of developing loyalty in our subscribers. It helps build confidence that when they search for a particular channel's video, that it's going to be worth that process and worth not having gone to a different video on a different channel. This point may be obvious, but it's to persevere. It is hard work to grow a channel. It is hard work to make videos consistently. There are skills that for most people we will have to learn, but it may not be as hard as you think. I make all of my video on my iPhone camera and using the free iMovie video app. I think if we want to grow our channel, it's really important to use the analytics. They give us so much information about who is engaging with our videos and how they are engaging with our videos, and that guides us into knowing where we need to go. I think of the analytics as like tugboats pushing the big ship into the deep open water so it can travel fast and far. To stop it from getting stuck on the rocks by drifting off course somehow. It's my analytics that give me guidance as to how well am I doing what I'm doing, but also exactly what are my community wanting to see. What have they really liked? What have they really engaged with? Where have they helped me by sharing my videos? They've enjoyed them, they've benefited from them so much. The analytics tell me all these things. Thumbnails, I've discovered, are really important. There's lots of videos on what makes a good thumbnail, so I don't need to go into that here. But I've discovered they really are significant, and that's particularly the case for people who aren't already subscribers. And I've been a little disappointed to discover that some of my more clickbaity thumbnails actually have resulted in more views. But that seems to be the way it is. And a tip for creators in terms of their content, whatever subject area it is, whatever field it's in, is that particularly if we're producing a reasonable number of videos, certainly dozens, if not more, then we can have overlap of material in different videos. It's a mistake to think, oh, I've done a video on that, I shouldn't mention that or part of that in another video. The truth is, once we have a reasonable number, many of our newer subscribers won't have watched a lot of our earliest ones and won't be scrolling back through our catalogue to find them. They'll be looking at our current posts far more frequently or far more easily. And even for subscribers who have seen that particular video where this part was already mentioned, they've not necessarily remembered it, It may not be the focus of that video for them at that time. And certainly both from a teaching and from a learning point of view, the repetition of information and the interlocking of it, the same information in different contexts, is a really important part of understanding and applying information. And for anyone creating teaching videos for YouTube, I really would recommend that if you don't have experience in teaching, it's worth watching a few YouTube videos on how to teach as well as how to learn, because this will help us contextualize our information in the most, if you like, helpful packaging for people watching our videos to benefit from it. And that's going to mean they'll come back to our videos more frequently because they realize that they're learning more comprehensively, perhaps, from the way we present things than in other videos. My second last point is have fun, because if we're enjoying what we're doing, that will come across. And we enjoy being with people who are having a good time with what they're doing. And look, my last point, and I think this is hugely, hugely important, is that as creators, when we make our videos, we should be as kind and as generous as we possibly can, because we all respond to kindness and generosity. And I think kindness and generosity breeds more kindness and generosity. And if we're kind and generous to each other, it firstly creates just a very unpleasant environment to work out the whole YouTube experience in. But I think it also gives people confidence in who we are and what we're doing as well. So these are my takeaways of 100,000 subscribers in just under 2 years of posting how to draw videos. What a tremendous experience and what a lot of fun. It's been a privilege to connect with the lives of so many people who tell me that I've helped them to reconnect with their creativity in some really significant way. I don't think it gets any better than that. I'm Stephen Travers. If you're a YouTube creator, I hope at least some of these points are helpful for you on your YouTube video creating journey. But whatever videos you're making and however you're making them and whatever they're on, make sure you have fun. Bye.